In a rapidly changing world, where traditional boundaries are shattered and new opportunities abound, one question reigns supreme. How can you position yourself to skyrocket your income in the new global economy? Welcome to the most eagerly anticipated virtual conference of the year, the Make Money Conference. 8 speakers, 6 panelists, 1 platform. This groundbreaking conference brings together industry titans, trailblazers and visionaries who have cracked the code to thriving in the new global economy. Featuring Fortune Mnamdi, Jacob Okoro, Emmanuel Akbe, Chidi Benjamin, Vivian Okeke, Valerie Okorie, NC Desmond and Lois Akweze. You will have the opportunity to connect with a global community of like-minded individuals, entrepreneurs and professionals who are as passionate about their growth as you are. Date 27th to 29 July 2023. Venue YouTube. Don't miss out on this extraordinary opportunity. The future is waiting. Join us now. In a rapidly changing world, where traditional boundaries are shattered and new opportunities abound, one question reigns supreme. How can you position yourself to skyrocket your income in the new global economy? Welcome to the most eagerly anticipated virtual conference of the year, the Make Money Conference. 8 speakers, 6 panelists, 1 platform. This groundbreaking conference brings together industry titans, trailblazers and visionaries who have cracked the code to thriving in the new global economy. Featuring Fortune Mnamdi, Jacob Okoro, Emmanuel Akbe, Chidi Benjamin, Vivian Okeke, Valerie Okorie, NC Desmond and Lois Akweze. You will have the opportunity to connect with a global community of like-minded individuals, entrepreneurs and professionals who are as passionate about their growth as you are. Date 27th to 29 July 2023. Venue YouTube. Don't miss out on this extraordinary opportunity. The future is waiting. Join us now. In a rapidly changing world, where traditional boundaries are shattered and new opportunities abound, one question reigns supreme. How can you position yourself to skyrocket your income in the new global economy? Welcome to the most eagerly anticipated virtual conference of the year, the Make Money Conference. 8 speakers, 6 panelists, 1 platform. This groundbreaking conference brings together industry titans, trailblazers and visionaries who have cracked the code to thriving in the new global economy. Featuring Fortune Mnamdi, Jacob Okoro, Emmanuel Akbe, Chidi Benjamin, Vivian Okeke, Valerie Okorie, NC Desmond and Lois Akweze. You will have the opportunity to connect with a global community of like-minded individuals, entrepreneurs and professionals who are as passionate about their growth as you are. Date 27th to 29 July 2023. Venue YouTube. Don't miss out on this extraordinary opportunity. The future is waiting. Join us now.
Hello, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to the Mega Money Conference 2023. I don't know about you, but as for me, I am super excited to be here tonight. Okay, and this conference promises to unleash a whole lot of value and all that. So if you are here and you are following, I will quickly want us to drop the fire emoji in the comment section so I can see Lola Day. Welcome. I'm happy to see you here. I can see Sachid Benjamin. We are glad to have you here. Please, if you are also part of this move, I'd like to see our emojis in the comment section before we get started. All right, let's do that quickly, guys. Our speaker is already around. Hello, Bosu. Welcome. Good evening. All right. So, without wasting so much time, okay, we are going to be talking about our speaker for tonight. And tonight we are having the pleasure of inviting Miss Vivian Okeke, and she has a whole lot to dish out. For tonight, she's going to be talking on the topic how to build a reputable brand online. We have so many, lately, we have so many brands, but not all brands are actually reputable. So before she comes up on stage, I'm going to be giving a brief introduction. All right.
Meet Vivian Okeke. Vivian Claire Okeke is a business and impact leader with a passion for transforming lives and building businesses. She is the founder of the NGO Global Transformation Conference, which is dedicated to helping individuals reach their peak and achieve their goals. With a diverse professional background including experience of companies like First Bank of Nigeria Limited, Black-owned Digital and ReadyCharge, Vivian brings a wealth of knowledge and expertise to her work. She is committed to making a positive difference in the world and is always seeking new opportunities to impact others.
Vivian, she's right here already. I'm ready to have her join us. All right, if you are willing to see her, I want to quickly type in we are ready. Quickly type in we are ready in the comment section before she comes up. She has been waiting, so I really want to be sure we are, ready to digest all the value she has for us tonight. Okay. All right. Hello, Miss Vivian. Good evening.
Hello, thank you so much for the opportunity. Can you
Hello,
hear me?
ma'am. Good evening. We are super, super excited to have you join us tonight. And sincerely, I cannot wait to learn a lot from you tonight, right?
Thank you so much
All
for the
right, so
opportunity.
ma'am, the stage is yours.
Oh, can you hear me? Just to be sure, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear
Oh,
you clearly.
beautiful.
Yes.
So, like our host rightly said, we'll be talking about how to build a reputable brand online. And then the first thing I want you guys to know is that your brand, your brand is you. If you can type that in the comments, I will really appreciate. Your brand is you. Your brand is everything that defines you. So when you think about leadership, you think about who comes to your mind. When you think about copywriting, what comes to your mind? So if you can hear me, type in the comments that your brand is you. I will proceed when I see the comments. So if you can hear me, type in the comments that your brand is you. So I think some people are just joining, so they are watching the previous section. That's great. So when you talk about building a reputable brand, you're talking about building like an extension of you, like another brand of yourself, but this time around in the online space. How do you want it to be referenced? How do you want people to see that extension of you? What do you want people to see about you? So what comes to your mind when you hear the word branding? What comes to your mind when you hear building a brand online? A lot of people think it's something difficult, but it's not. It's not at all. It's not difficult. So sharing a strategy for building your brand online known as the MAP strategy. MAP. If you can hear me, type MAP in the comments. MAP. If you can hear me, type MAP in the comments. MAP. So MAP is Can't hear me clearly. Wow. Can you hear me now? Someone said they can't hear me clearly. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay. What about now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you guys hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, I think you guys can hear me now. If you can hear me now, type map. So one thing I said is that your brand is so one thing I said is your brand is you. So I don't know if you guys can hear me, but it's fine. Let me see. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I logged in with another device. So I'll just start from beginning. Hopefully you can hear me right now. So one thing I emphasized on is that your brand is you. So your brand is basically everything that defines you. For instance, when you think about leadership in Nigeria, who comes to your mind? Definitely Fela Duritoye. When you think about copywriting, who comes to your mind? Definitely, let's see, Prince of Copywriting, Emmanuel Akpe. When you think about building people and businesses, who comes to your mind? Vivian Okeke. So your brand is not another external element. It's not something that's far-fetched. Your brand is definitely you. So if you're still with us so far, I need you to type in the comment that your brand is you. If you don't take anything from this session, take the fact that your brand is you. So when you think about building a reputable brand online, one thing that you should keep in mind is that you're building an extension of you. It's just like another brand, but this time around, your brand is online. It's on another planet. How do you want people to perceive that branch of you? It's just like having a twin sister, a twin brother, something that also represents you because your brand is you. How do you want people to perceive that aspect of you that's now online? Because your brand is the sum total of everything you do and don't do. I was about to ask somebody to define brand here. They were probably going to say your brand is your logo, your brand is no. Those are things that represent your brand. Your brand is the sum total of everything you do and don't do. So let me give you an example. In 2018, my Facebook account was hacked, and then somebody sent a message using my Facebook account. Then a friend of mine reached out to me, and the person was like, this doesn't sound like you. This person sent a lot of texts trying to ask me for money. You've never asked me for money before. How did the person know that that's not me? Because that's not something that defines what I do. That's why I say that your brand is sum total of everything you do and don't do. And your brand online is the total of everything you do and don't do online. So if you don't show up as somebody who is frauding people online, nobody's going to associate that with you. If you don't show up with naked pictures and blah blah blah, nobody's going to associate that with you. If you show up with value online, people are going to associate value with your brand. If you show up with great content, you show up with, for instance, if you start creating content about writing, people are going to associate you as somebody who is knowledgeable in the writing space. If you start creating content about hairstyles, plaiting hair, people are going to associate that with you. So everything you do and don't do is your brand. It's what defines you. So let me give you a framework that will help you build your brand, something you're not going to forget. If you're not writing, this is a good time for you to bring in your pen and paper and start writing. So this is a framework that is going to help you create your brand. And if you've started creating your brand, it's going to help you elevate the brand that you're building out there. So to make this very practical, I want you to type in what you do online or what you're looking to do online. What kind of brand are you looking to build online? Can you please type that in the comment section? I don't think I can see the comments with this device. Okay, I think I can see the comments now. Yes, yes. Type what you're trying to build online, what you're trying to do online, and let's make this practical. So, this framework that I'm going to give you to help you build a reputable brand online is known as MAP. It's the map for building your brand online. And MAP is MAP. Somebody said he's a graphic designer. Awesome, awesome. MAP is MAP. So maps helps you to identify the brand you want to build, to grow that brand, and to also like position that brand in the right place. So what does map stand for? The M stands for marking your territory. Marking your territory. So what do I mean by marking your territory? You remember at the beginning of this, I said your brand is you. So it's basically an extension of what you do online. So when we say marking your territory, this time around, we're not thinking small, we're thinking big. Let's say you want to build another headquarters in Los Angeles or Canada. You first of all ask yourself, what kind of what kind of building do I want in that place? Which location is that? What will it cost me to build that brand there? So just like in real estate where you mark your territory before you build the structure, in branding online, you need to map the place you want to build before you start putting out content and building. So how do you mark your territory? That's a question that you would ask me now. So marking your territory has three phases. The first phase is soul searching. A lot of people start with researching, but they don't do soul searching. Soul searching is like understanding what you really want, what inspires you, what are your interests. There was this book I read by Salem King recently, and it's called Community. So, in Community, he identified 5 things that make you unique, that separate you from every other person out there. No two people have the combination of these 5 things. And what are they? They are interests, education. I don't know if somebody is writing, but these 5 things are things that you need to consider when soul searching. What are your interests? What are your educational background? What have you learned so far? What skills do you have? What did you study in school? Exposure. What have you witnessed? Growing up, most people didn't have the same parents. Most people didn't make the same friends. So we have different stories, different childhood stories. I've talked about interest. I've talked about exposure, education, expertise, expertise. So interest, education, exposure, expertise. And I think the fifth one is, I remember the fifth one, but the first one is interest, second one is education, the third one is exposure, the fourth one is expertise, and the fifth one is, can't remember, but I'll remember it and I'll tell you. So no matter who you are in this life, no two people can have the same interest, the same educational background, the same exposure, the same experience. Yes, the same experience. So you're unique whether you like it or not. So in building your brand, you have to identify what makes you unique. What are the combination of these 2 things, these 5 things that best suit you? Then at the end of it, you will now do research. So soul searching comes before research. Then after research, research is identifying, is there a market for these things that interest me? Is there a market for these things that I want to, that I have exposure and experience in? Are there people willing to buy these things? If there are people willing to buy these things, what platforms do they exist? After research, you now do market research and competitors research. You look at who are the people in these organizations that are doing these things. A lot of people just start out and they find out that what they are doing, there's someone else already doing it. So what's the point? So you need to do market research to be able to identify, are there other people doing it, and how can I beat these people that are already doing it? So in marking your territory, you have to first of all do soul searching, do competitors research, do market research, and finally define your message. What do you want to be the foundation of things that you put there? Once you have a deep understanding of your target audience and then you craft your unique selling position, you need to define the kind of things, kind of message you want to put out there, and that's on marking your territory. Are we together? Are we still together, or are people sleeping? Are we still together? Yes. Thank you very much. Peter mentioned the 5 of them. No two persons have the same combination of interest, education, exposure, experience, and expertise. So Peter has identified that the territory he wants to dominate online is graphic design. Then he's going to look out for what are other graphic designers doing in that field, and how can he stand out as a graphic designer? Is he going to be the person that provides for other graphic designers, teaching them how to do the graphics well? If there's somebody already doing that, is he going to have a community that serves graphic designers like Municif? I think it's Munify. If there's somebody already doing that, is he going to focus on creating graphics for brands that are just starting up? How can he mark his own unique territory? So once you've marked your territory, the second thing is A, which stands for amplifying your online presence. Amplifying your online presence. You don't want to remain in the same place forever, of course not. You need to amplify what you're doing online. And for instance, let's look at Chidi. Chidi, for example, is on Upwork. How can Chidi move from just getting clients on Upwork to getting clients on his website, on social media, on other platforms? Because now Chidi knows the territory he wants to dominate and how he stands out in that territory. So, how do you now amplify your online presence, which is the A in the map? Are we together? The energy in the comment section is low. Should I leave this for some other set of people? Thank you, John. Thank you, John. Thank you, John. Thank you, Sunday. Thank you, Inspire Evolution. Interesting. What is Inspire Evolution about? So, when you think of amplifying your online presence, you want to develop a comprehensive strategy that would cover more territories than you already have. So, for instance, if you're on Upwork getting clients, you want to look at getting clients on LinkedIn, getting clients through Instagram, getting clients through your website. Are there SEO? Are there email marketing? One thing that you have to learn, no matter what you're doing, is how to run ads to reach more people. No matter what you're doing, you should be able to run ads. For instance, graphic designer, you should be able to run ads to create more graphics for more people. Or if you're doing social media management, you should be able to run ads to reach more people that are interested in social media management. So, three things I'm going to give you. So for me right now, I'm into content management. So I help people with everything they want to put out there when it comes to content, when it comes to the writing, if they need a graphic designer, just managing their content online. And then I've identified that my target audience are mostly on LinkedIn. How do I reach these people? I start creating content that would interest them. If I've gotten clients through content and I want more, I can create ads to reach more people. If I've done that, I can start creating a funnel. So instead of doing this kind of video for free, or I want to do it for free, then I have a funnel at the end of it that if you want a free ebook or something, come to my email. That is the next stage in the funnel. People come to my email to learn more. At the end of it, I would say, okay, I have a program for you. Program for probably graphic designers. I'm talking about the person that is a graphic designer. That way, not just any other kind of person online that is looking for clients. This time around, I'm creating a demand for myself. I already have people in my email who are ready to buy from me. There was one time I did a course, 7-day email course, which is still available on productivity, getting more done with less time. At the end of it, I saw people that are way more interested in buying from me than they would have if it was just by seeing my content online. And some of these things are easy. It's not hard. It's not a rocket science to create an email marketing platform to amplify your online presence. It's not even a rocket science to create a website with WordPress, with Google. In fact, if you want to create a website for yourself now, just go to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT what is the step you need to take to create a website. And you don't even need to spend hours taking courses. Just follow the prompt from ChatGPT and you'll be able to create a website for yourself. Or for instance, you want to amplify your online presence on Instagram and you've already marked the territory you want to dominate. You can ask ChatGPT to create a content calendar for you. This is premium value that I'm giving to you guys now for free. So things are no longer as difficult as they used to be with AI. And before you know it, you can do a 30-day content calendar to be effective. I have a program that I'm running. I'll start next month. 30-day challenge of consistency online to amplify your online presence. Because whatever you do, I don't know how much I'll charge for that program, but it's definitely not going to be what's the value that you get from it. But whatever you do, make sure that you're not just hidden in your small territory. God has not called you to be hidden. God has called you to be a light. So how would you transform what you do from only you and your family members knowing to only people on Upwork knowing to only to people on LinkedIn knowing to people on Instagram knowing that you do this thing to people all over the world knowing because top of the mind is tip of the lip. What does that mean? When you're always in people's mind, they would want to recommend you at this slightest instance. If I don't know you do these things, there's no how I can recommend you. And how do you make people know that you do it? By amplifying your online presence. You shouldn't be limited to the platform that you are in right now. So I want somebody to personalize this stage that we've talked about. I love giving people personal experience. So I want you to personalize what we've talked about now. How are you going to amplify your online presence going forward? How are you going to amplify your online presence going forward? The goal here is not for you to come and listen to me and then tomorrow you look for another course. The goal here is to share something that will transform your brand that you're trying to build. I didn't dwell too much on marking your territory because I discovered that most people here already know what they want to do. But if you don't know what you want to do, I have a guide on clarity and finding purpose to help you identify what you want to do and how best to do it. But if you already know what you want to do, I want you to type in the comments how you're going to amplify your online presence so that more people know that you do these things and they can benefit from it. They can patronize what you do. I'm waiting, I'm waiting, I'm waiting. Peter said, wow, thank you so much. John said, yes. So before we go on to the next stage, tell me, how are you going to amplify your online presence? Are we still together? Or should I go over amplifying your online presence again? Just 1%. How do you intend to amplify what you're doing already? Okay. How do you intend to amplify what you're doing online already? Hmm. How do you intend to amplify what you're doing online already? Okay, thank you so much, John. John said I'll create more content relating to sales funnel building on LinkedIn. Beautiful. Create a sales funnel, create more content relating to building funnel on LinkedIn. That's beautiful. Create an offer, have a price attached, let people know what you're doing, let them know the pain point. And then creating this content is not a rocket science, like I said earlier. You can ask ChatGPT that you're trying to create this content based you're trying to achieve this result. This ChatGPT should help you with a content calendar and you'll be able to get that done. So I've been able to create content on LinkedIn. I think I have over 15,000 followers on LinkedIn right now. And trust me, creating content consistently has been one of the things that skyrocketed my growth. And then I can help you do that too. So creating content, definitely it is. Chidi said, I'll create a lead magnet that will help skillful people navigate Upwork easily. Beautiful. You can create a lead magnet, have an email marketing platform. There are so many email marketing platforms out there. There are the cheap ones, and then there's the one I use, which is you can create it without even, you can create a landing page and an email marketing funnel without even like having tech skills or without paying a dime. Just create your funnel at the end of the day. Once you have like, you can create a landing page and funnel with just one platform, and that's free, free of charge. So beautiful. Create that, and at the end of the day, you can tell them, invite them to your course. People will be more willing to buy from you when they've seen the value you've given for free. Peter Miracle said, I'll create content around my design skin and reach out to make more personally for massive visibility. Beautiful, Peter. Beautiful. And Peter, don't just think about designing alone, graphic designing alone. Think about how you can be the top of the funnel. Don't just think about how you can, what will make you different, so that you're not just another designer among the floods of designers online. How can you be someone that is controlling other designers, navigating the designing journey for other people? Do you want to create a community for graphic designers in Nigeria? Do you want to just think big, think global, which is something I preach very well? Think big, think top of the pyramid, so that you can provide solutions for people in a massive scale. Jimo said, I'll create content that tell people more about my copywriting skills. Beautiful. That's amazing. You can even create a class and invite people to join. Probably 1,000 naira or free. But the more people know about what you do, the more they are willing to pay for it. So we've talked about what mapping your territory, and we've talked about amplifying your online presence. And I'm glad that we all understood it so far. Finally, the third thing on the list is protecting your territory. I know that so many people, you've succeeded in one way or the other in what you're doing, but people are always on the lookout to collect what you have. You succeeded on getting clients on LinkedIn or Upwork, but people are always like, how can they beat you at your game and take that thing which you've collected? How do I mean? If you don't protect what you have, what will happen to it? People who value it will take it away. And that's so true. It's the truth, even if it sounds bitter, but it is what it is. So once you've built your online presence, it's crucial to perfect and manage your brand's reputation. Reputation is key. It's key for long-term success. It is 6 times harder to convert a new client than to convert someone that has bought from you before. So let's say Chidi has taken my course before on probably content management, and he likes it. It's easier for me to sell him on maybe LinkedIn executive branding or something than if he has not taken my course at all, if he has not bought from me at all. So ensure that you have a reputation that outlives you, a reputation that speaks for you if you're not in the room. You need to protect what you've built, because getting new clients is, trust me, is way harder than retaining the ones you have already. The next thing is to monitor online conversations on protecting and managing your reputation. You need to regularly monitor people that mention your brand across various channels. Even me, I need to improve on this one, because on LinkedIn there are so many people that mentions me, and it's not every time that I can see these things. But you need to be intentional. Sometimes I deliberately go and search for my name on LinkedIn, Vivian Claire Okeke, to see people that mentioned me, so that I can read those posts and react. Because if you don't engage with people that mention you, there will be no motivation to mention you again, unless if you're spectacular at what you do. The next one is to encourage and leverage positive review. Encourage and leverage positive review. I'll give you a very, very practical example. So if you're watching this right now and you love what you're getting, you love the creator Chidi Benjamin, who is absolutely amazing. You can screenshot this section and post it on Instagram. Celebrate him with positive review. This will not only endear you closer to the speaker, to the organizer, it will also make people know that there's someone who is valuable, and they'll be able to associate you with being valuable, with value. Remember what we started with, your brand is you. So if you do this, people will be able to know that, oh, this person attends valuable conferences, he must be a valuable person. And that's how I've been able to encourage you to post positive review. You can also do that for your clients and customers. When people like your product, encourage them to create a testimonial about it. When people read my book on clarity of purpose, I encourage them to bring testimonial. Now I have so many, and somebody mentioned it's a life guide. I would not have gotten that information if I had not encouraged them to share their review. So encourage people to share their review, encourage them to post it on their stories to whatever. The next one is to address negative feedback. Most people shy away from negative feedback. You see negative feedback, you are running away. No, negative feedback is actually an opportunity for you to close a sale if you know how to handle it very well. There's something that's very true. Someone will not complain about your product unless they want to use it again, or they're looking for an improvement in it. If I buy this thing and it's rubbish and I don't need it again, I don't want to work on it again, I'll just straight away. Why would I stress myself going to the owner and say these are the things that are wrong, these are the things you need to improve on? So negative review is an opportunity for you to close a sale. When somebody post a negative review either on your content on social media, or maybe a course they bought from you, take responsibility, show them empathy. I'm sorry that you went through this stress. You take ownership for it. Offer them a solution or compensation. Okay, if this is not working for you, if you can buy this other product, you are willing to compensate you times two. Once you show accountability, responsibility, and then you provide a solution, these people will be more than willing to buy from you again. I hope you're getting value so far. Yes. Peter Miracle says getting new clients is difficult, rather more difficult than maintaining an old client. So do everything possible to protect your reputation. Next one in protecting your reputation is to stay up to date with trends and adapt. So there's a new latest trend in town, AI. Everybody's talking about AI. And then I was surprised when someone reached out to me and said she doesn't know anything about AI. I'm like, how? Where have you been all this while? You shouldn't just be in the industry, you should follow up on industry trends. When people are talking about trends, for example, go on that platform, explore it for yourself. Look at why are people rushing to these platforms? People are talking about AI generated image. Nowadays, you don't even need to spend so much in the studios again. With an AI, probably you pay somebody. I know a guy that does it for 1,000 naira, and he help you create studio pictures that will be way better than if you go to the studio. So why would you not follow up on this trend to know this information? So you need to follow up on trends, always Google. In fact, you need to set Google alerts for some of these things that concern your industry. Let's say you're into copywriting. Go to googlealerts.com, or I don't know the website, just search for Google Alerts on Google and then set an alert for this information. Follow top creators that are in your industry so that when they're talking about things, you'll be updated. There's no better way to get ahead than staying on trends. So we've come to the end of this section. A brief recap is that your brand is you. It's an extension of what you do online. It's an extension of what you do, but online. And your brand is everything that you do and don't do. To create a reputable brand online, you need these three strategies, which is map. The first one is to mark your territory, define what you want to do, define your message, know your target audience, know your competitors, and look for a way to stand out. The second one is A, which stands for amplify your online presence. Develop online marketing strategies to expand your territory. Build a website if you must, leverage other social media platforms, collaborate with influencers to ensure that your territory is not small forever. You expand what you need to do. Create content regularly. If you can, join a content community where they can inspire you to always create content online so that you can build your territory beyond what it is currently. And if you can too, leverage email marketing, create a lead magnet, offer value to people, and find out how you can better serve them with your product or services. Create a course if you want to, just do anything to expand what you're currently doing. Finally, protect your and manage your territory. How do you do that? You do that by monitoring online conversations, engaging and encouraging positive review, addressing negative feedback, and staying up to trend. Staying up with trends, abi trends, that's very important. Staying up with trends. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you got value. If you have any question, please ask me. We have 9 minutes to attend to your question. If you have any question, please ask me. And then if you're interested in either clients find you or they find you, they don't have a choice because you're showing up on their face every day. And then on protecting your territory, you just have to stay up with trends. Let me know if you have any questions. Somebody said premium value. Thank you so much, John. Okay, I'll wait for 2 minutes. If you have any personal question, anything that is troubling you, anything based on what we've said so far on building a reputable brand online, you can ask me. If you have any questions, please go ahead and ask while we're still here. Thank you so much. Peter said thank you. You're welcome, Peter. I'm glad you enjoyed the session and you found it valuable. Feel free to connect with me on any social media platform at Vivian Claire Okeke. I'll be willing to help you further with your questions, answers, or queries, or anything that might be bothering you. Just type Vivian Claire Okeke on any social media platform, Instagram, LinkedIn, Threads, and you find me. And if you want my contacts, just check the WhatsApp group and check for Claire. You'll find me there. Can send a message, tell me how the session was, tell me if it was valuable, and let's connect. I'd love to meet you and learn about you too. Okay, somebody asks, how do you build a brand on YouTube? How do you build a brand on YouTube? Just like building your brand online. First of all, you have to mark your territory. What kind of brand do you want to build on YouTube? Who do you want to serve on YouTube? So when you've identified who you want to serve, how you want to serve them, if it's so for instance, you say you're a graphic designer, I think so, and then you want to serve upcoming graphic designers with graphic tutorial, then you hop on the probably 30-day challenge with yourself or with me or anybody, and then you decide to create a video for 30 days. Even if you can't create one video every day for 30 days, at least you're consistent with probably 5 videos a week for 30 days to help graphic designers. At the end of the day, you find out that even if it's one new subscriber you add every day, you have over 30 new subscribers at the end of the month. And even if it's one, which is not possible, you have over 350 subscribers at the end of the year. And let's say you want to take it a step further and then you decide to run ads on your program on YouTube. That's way bigger. Or you decide to collaborate with other graphic designers that are creating content on YouTube to do a collaboration or to host a program on YouTube. At the end of the day, you find out that you will be growing at a speedy rate. So these are some of the strategies. Create content consistently, identify what you want to create content about and who you want to serve, collaborate. If you have the money, run ads. So the book I mentioned is by Salem King, Community. You can get it for, I think it's about 5K now or 3K on, I think you can get it on his Instagram profile, Community. You can also get the Clarity of Purpose book, which will help you build, identify what you want to do and start building yourself. Just identify, mark your territory where you want to dominate and build yourself. And that one you can get it for 2K. Just chat me up and I'll send it to you. That's like a life guide to finding and fulfilling your purpose. Let me know if you have any other question. We have 3 more minutes. Thank you, John. Thank you, John. Thank you, Chima, for being here. You're awesome. Thank you, Peter, for being here and engaging in the session. You're wonderful. Thank you, Chidi, for the invite. You're amazing. Thank you, Chukwemeka Victor. You were here earlier. You're awesome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And I think I'll just wait for my hosts before we call it a wrap. Okay, he said I should drop the link to connect with me. Let me see. I think I'll have to be here to get that link. But if you're on the group, just look for Claire and then you'll be able to connect with me on the group. And then if you can't find me on the group, just search for Vivian Claire Okeke. Claire is Claire. Vivian Claire Okeke. And you'll find me on Instagram, on LinkedIn, be able to connect with me. But my most active platform is WhatsApp. So if you're on the group, look for Claire, send me a message, tell me how the session was to you, and let's chat. So Sunday said, building my online presence. I want to focus on Instagram and Facebook for now, but it's been complicated so far. What can I do to make it simple for me, ma'am? So complicated, how? Is it in, thank you, is it in creating content or in being consistent? If it has been complicated in creating content, here's something I'll advise you do. Just identify who you want to serve and what kind of content you want to put out there. Then ask ChatGPT to create a content calendar for you. Then, based on the content calendar, work on it. content you want to put out there. And if it's for consistency, then reach out to me. I'm thinking of creating a 30-day challenge for next month on creating content consistently for 30 days. That will really benefit you. My host is here. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak to these wonderful people. I don't think I can hear you. I don't think I can hear you. Is it just me? Can you hear her? If you can hear her, please just say in the chat. Then if it's just me.
Okay, sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. I can
I'm
hear you
Vivian.
now.
All right. Yes. So I was saying thank you value. I was, at the backstage, but I was following through with every goddamn thing you were saying. And then I believe a whole lot of persons got insights on how to start building their brand, not just any brand right now, but a reputable brand. And for me, one of the things you said that really stood out was, when you talked about staying up to date. We have so many
Mm,
creators who are still living in, okay, we're in 2023, right? Some of them are still living in 2021 or 2022, and
of
so
course.
probably their styles of writing and the likes are still sort of way behind what's happening right now. So I just feel it is very, very important, to adapt to the new styles, adapt to a whole lot of changes and all in order to build. And thank you, Ma.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Ma. So, do we have any more questions? Okay, I guess we are done. All right. Hello, guys. Thank you all so much for staying through with that. Now, we are going to be going on a short break before the next speaker for tonight comes up. Okay, are we together, please? So, we're going to be going on a short break before Sir Luis comes up.
In a rapidly changing world, where traditional boundaries are shattered and new opportunities abound, one question reigns supreme. How can you position yourself to skyrocket your income in the new global economy? Welcome to the most eagerly anticipated virtual conference of the year, the Mega Money Conference. 8 speakers, 6 panelists, 1 platform. This groundbreaking conference brings together industry titans, trailblazers and visionaries who have cracked the code to thriving in the new global economy. Featuring Fortune Mnamdi, Jacob Okoro, Emmanuel Akbe, Chidi Benjamin, Vivian Okeke, Valerie Okorie, NC Desmond, and Lois Akweze. You will have the opportunity to connect with a global community of like-minded individuals, entrepreneurs, and professionals who are as passionate about their growth as you are. Date 27th to 29 July 2023. Venue YouTube. Don't miss out on this extraordinary opportunity. The future is waiting. Join us now. In a rapidly changing world, where traditional boundaries are shattered and new opportunities abound, one question reigns supreme. How can you position yourself to skyrocket your income in the new global economy? Welcome to the most eagerly anticipated virtual conference of the year, the Mega Money Conference. 8 speakers, 6 panelists, 1 platform. This groundbreaking conference brings together industry titans, trailblazers and visionaries who have cracked the code to thriving in the new global economy. Featuring Fortune Mnamdi, Jacob Okoro, Emmanuel Akbe, Chidi Benjamin, Vivian Okeke, Valerie Okorie, NC Desmond and Lois Akwezi.